everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. My name's Angela Drake and today we are doing something very special. We are in a chat room right next door to this video if you are here watching this at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday the 29th of March. If not, I hope you'll take a moment to go back and watch the entire video. Please remember to like, to share, and subscribe, and leave comment down below. I'm going to have a question for you later in the video. Today we are talking about wrapping up our preparation for Camp Nano, which starts on Saturday, 2 days away, and we're headed for camp. Yay! Have you packed all your tools? Have you set your menu plan for the month? Have you talked to people around you and let them know that you have a project in April and you are going to accomplish your goal, preferably with their help? That's what we're working towards today. Now, I had set my goals earlier in one of the earlier videos, and since right after I did that, Sarra Cannon went through and she posted her new 2023 April Camp Nano book, and so I went through and I printed it out, and we're going to walk through that today. Now, I will tell you, this is about the third time I've recorded this video for various reasons, and so I've already done the prep work, so I'm going to show you what I did. We're going to start with the monthly calendar, and this is for 2023. I didn't have to go through and redate it. It's ready to go. I used my red Flair pen, and I went through and I marked with a line across the bottom of each of the blocks that I can write, that I know for sure are going to be writing days for me. And part of that is because my husband will come home on the 6th. Normally he'd come home on the 5th, but they have a staff meeting that morning after he will have worked 12 hours the night before, so I don't anticipate him coming home Wednesday. Probably going to be Thursday. Normally I would not work his first 4 days home. Those are days that belong to him. But he knows that I mod for Lindsay Ewing on Friday mornings at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time every Friday morning. His first day home, he always sleeps until 8 or 9 o'clock, and I let him, after working 21 days of 12-hour shifts, he earns a day or two of sleeping in. So I'll get the sprint in with Lindsay on Friday morning, and then the rest of the weekend is going to belong to Bob. So all the ones that I have marked lines through here are days that I do not anticipate getting any words in. Now, if I do, by chance something happens, Bob decides to go to a buddy's or something like that, and I can get some words in, super, I'll go for it. But technically, those are going to be my non-writing days. I have also figured in 4 buffer days, and those 4 buffer days are because somewhere in this week, I'm probably going to go to Oklahoma to see my sister-in-law. I haven't been there for a couple, 3 years, and it's my turn. So Bob usually gets to go once a summer. I've not taken the time to go, and so I'm going to take the time and go see her and meet up with a crafty friend in Kansas. And I'm going to talk about something else that could happen in those 3 days in just a minute. So I have the 4 buffer days to deal with that I'm not counting on. But if for some reason I get a chance to sit down and write somewhere early in the morning before the house crowd is awake or whatever, then I've got some extra word counts in, but I'm not counting those days. So when I went through and figured it, I have 18 actual writing days plus 4 bonus days. So, but remember, I'm not counting those. So I have subtracted 18 days, or divided my word count, there I go, which my goal is to do 40,000 words in the month of April for camp. Divided that by the 18 actual days, and I need 2,222 words per day. That is special because in numerology, a triple or multiple 2 means trust the process. I just got all tingly when I did that division thing this morning and came up with that and realized that that meant that I am to trust the process for Camp Nano, and I'm so excited. So now that I know how many days I can write, let's talk about our goals. I've already filled in my goal thing. I put in, technically the rewards planner in Sarah's book has 5 blocks. I divided the first one in half because I want to do $2,500 words on Saturday, which is our double down day. Double down day is where you take one of your highest numbers during the week and you pledge to write double that amount on Saturday on first day. So I need at least 2,500 words. Last Saturday I wrote just over 1,000 words. I could do 2,000, but I'm going to bump it to 2,500 now that I know where I'm going in the story, and I think that's feasible. So my goal is to do 2,500 words for Double Down Day on Saturday, and if I do that, then I'm taking myself out to lunch. Then my first major goal will be 5,000 words, and that's going to be a day out with Chinese buffet. Now, my day out, I go to Poplar Bluff to Blufftown Mercantile and Coffee. And I sit there and I write and I watch videos and I play in my planners. It just depends on the day. So on the 2,500, I'll take the day out to Bluff Street and do some shopping and lunch. But I only get the Chinese buffet when I hit the 5,000. I'll have to do something else for lunch that day, no Chinese buffet, which is my standard operation as I go and I sit at Blufftown for 3 or 4 hours, drink a tall coffee and do my thing, and then I go do some shopping, and then I go to Chinese buffet, and then I come home. So I'm going to have to switch that up just a little bit for this milestone. 10,000 words is going to be a full day of non-work related craft. My day job is working on promoting my Etsy shop and trying to get stuff ready for my Etsy shop. I would like to take one day where I get to just sit and play with all my toys, and it doesn't have to be concerned with a video or what needs to go in my Etsy shop. 20,000 words is going to be a Hallmark movie binge, and if Bob is home where he can handle the animals, then that movie binge is going to be in the bedroom, because I don't know about you, but pets can be like kids. If mom is around, nobody can do anything for them except mom. So I'm going to try and hit that while Bob is home so I can hide and let him deal with the kids, fur kids, while I go watch my movies. 30,000 is something from my Amazon wish list. I have several things, both office and craft, and just general reading related on my Amazon wish list. One of the books I just found out about this morning is called The Unremarried Widow. And what that is a woman who has become a widow as a result of a military death, but she doesn't remarry. And so this is called The Unremarried Widow. And really, in my story, that's what matriarch Edith Sterling is. She's an unremarried widow. So I learned a new term, and I would really like to read the book concerning this. It's by a woman who, I cannot remember her name, but her husband died a few weeks after deployment to Iraq in a helicopter crash. And so she is, I don't know if since that book's been published, if she is still unmarried, or if she has remarried, but for the content of the book, she was an unremarried widow. So I'm anxious to read that. And when I can finally write the end, whether it's the 40,000 mark or if I actually get to finish the book within the parameters of that 40,000, I'm taking 2 days in Springfield to do the edits, hit my favorite seafood place, and do some book shopping, and just be for 2 full days and 3 nights of just be. So those are my rewards. Now, those are the big milestone rewards, okay? I also have small rewards. And this is a little cauldron. My husband made a lid for me, because what I did was last November for Preptober for NanoWrimo, I set this, I wrote daily and weekly rewards for this, for Nano. So if I hit my daily reward of 2,222 words, I get to draw a blue strip. And there are all kinds of things I put in here. Nap in a movie. What's this one? Reading time. Something I don't take a lot of because I'm afraid if I read, then I'm going to confuse things with my own stories or let those styles bleed into mine, and I don't want to do that. So when I'm actively working on a book, I try not to read other books. And then I have purple strips in here. These are when I hit the weekly reward. 2, 2, 2, times 6, 13,332 words or more for a week, and then I get a purple one. This one is to do a fire ring, which was appropriate for November. It could still be appropriate now, the way these temperatures are not warming up. A movie out, something I have not done a lot of. I finally went and saw 80 for Brady, absolutely hilarious movie. The Crucible, that's a video that I want to purchase. So these are daily or weekly rewards, and then these are the big milestone marker rewards. The other thing about the camp that I have done, and I still need to do, and that is, I know that my Camp Nano title is going to be An Ozarks Homecoming. I'm not worried about Tyler spoiler alerts. It is what it is. I've been working on this book for 3 years. It doesn't count as a spoiler anymore. My April goal is 40,000 words. My daily target is 2,222 words per day. And then I'm going to take as much of those writing times as I can. Now, there are lots and lots of sprints going on. Some of them are even amping up and doing more sprints than normal for NanoWrimo or for Camp Nano. And then I have my sprint tracker, so I can keep track of my days that I do sprint, my word count, and I can see a running total. Now, there are other trackers in here that you can use. This is the day one. I can track an overall, so whatever I wind up with for day one over here, I can transfer day one over here. My day one target was 2,222 and what I did. And then I can write in why I didn't reach that goal. Did I hit a stumbling block? Is there something that I need to research so that I'm ready to jump in the next day? So there's different types of sprint trackers in here. She has these, if you're a color visual thing, to mark off a task block for every 100 words. She has all kinds of them here. She has smiley faces and projects and boxes, and she does this because, while yes, Sarah loves her trackers and she's a very visual person, as am I, everybody does things differently, and she wanted to give everybody options. And then the other thing that I didn't see in here, but is in our Preptober book, and I don't know if I can get there fast enough, but it's about meal planning. I haven't thought about my meals for Nano, for camp. I need to do that because Bob's home. There's days that Bob can cook. Here we go. There are days that Bob can cook. So I know one night there will be a catfish and tater tots night. Here are some ideas that I wrote for breakfast. As a diabetic, proteins and low carbs are important. So for breakfast, I have ham and eggs, French toast and sausage, sausage gravy and biscuits, oatmeal, bacon, egg with cheese, keto pancake with cheese and keto pancakes, waffles, a veggie omelet. For lunch, I have breakfast pizzas that I make, grilled cheese and soup, sardines and crackers, fish sandwich, fruit plate and cottage cheese, chicken sandwich, lunch out. For dinner, there's things that can go into crock pots or make one-pot meals such as chili, gumbo, jambalaya, a burrito bowl. Now, I make the burrito bowl in great big batches, and then I freeze it in individual servings, so those are the kinds of things that I eat when Bob's gone. Pizza, spaghetti, dinner out, frozen meals. One of the things that I do when Bob is home is I make big batches of things, and then I freeze in individual bowls after dinner. I freeze the leftovers into smaller containers for me, so that when Bob is gone, I can be doing my thing, and it's just a matter of pulling something out of the freezer and heating it up. Tonight, for example, last night, for example, I had one helping of meatloaf left. So I thawed it out, and I had meatloaf and a baked sweet potato and green beans. That was my dinner. And it was really super easy to do. The meatloaf was already made. All I had to do was pull it out and let it thaw out. And then when it came time to heat it up for dinner, I was ready to go. So think about, make use of your Camp Nano items. If you don't have the Preptober book, I think it's still in it should still be in Sarah's locker of goodies, where you can go in and go to the Preptober book, and you'll find the meal planning things here. You can write down snack ideas. I have found, if you have to watch your sugar, I have found something for you. If you are an M&M lover, Russell Stover Candies has come out with their own version of candy-coated chocolates, aka their version of M&Ms, that are sweetened with stevia. First off, M&Ms will melt in your mouth, not in your hands. Can't say the same for that for Russell Stovers. My hands were a little damp the other day, and I took some out of the bag, and then I had the absolute prettiest tie-dyed palms of my hands till I went and washed them. They are extra super sweet because, as you know, stevia tends to be sweeter than sugar. So they're super sweet. So they shouldn't mess with your glucose, and will kill a sweet tooth craving all at the same time. I also have a keto biscuit recipe, or keto muffin recipe that I use, and I have a keto chocolate chip cookie recipe, and I will share the links to those in the description box below. Even if you're not doing keto, but you just need to watch your carbs, those are all good things to do, okay? Remember, enlist in the help of others. If there is somebody else in your house that likes to cook, maybe there's somebody who is just learning to cook, having them reheat leftovers while you finish a sprint is a perfect time to get them comfortable in the kitchen. So put those teenagers to use. Put them to use. Crock-pot meals, and if you go back to the playlist on this video set, you will see where I linked several meal prep videos of people that I enjoy watching that should provide you with some inspiration. So tell me, in the description box below, please leave a comment. Is there something that is your go-to snack when you are sprinting? Doesn't have to have anything to do with Camp Nano or with NanoWrimo. Just when you are craving a snack while you're trying to write, what is your go-to snack? What is the one thing you have to keep on hand? And do you have a favorite meal that you like to make that is easy and be ready to go when you're wanting to really sit down and get some words down on paper? We kick off in 2 days. Are you ready? Remember, if you've not subscribed to Sarra Cannon's newsletter and joined our group over on Hardee's on Facebook, make sure you come join her and be ready for Double Down Day on Saturday, because Double Down Day is the day to get ahead on your word count, so when those buffer days hit, you don't fall behind. As I watched a girl yesterday, she said when she loses a day or two, it's okay, but anything more than that, and it gets harder and harder to catch up to still hit your word count goal by the end of the month. So if you can bank those words early in the month, when things come up, you won't have to worry about those buffer days quite so much. I will see you back here on Monday for a check-in and see how you're doing. In the meantime, please remember to like, to share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Those are all nice things to do. And I will see you back here on Monday. Happy writing!